All right.
Hello, welcome to week 2 of the NFL Family Fight. It's me, Daryl Ragsdale, with my family, where we talk about the games that happened last week, and we also pick the games that's going to happen this week. So again, we have the same 4 people that was on last week with us. We have Harold Ragsdale, who's rocking his Dallas Cowboy gear, even though he say he not a Dallas Cowboy
The
fan.
champ.
He got on all his Dallas Cowboy gear.
Call me champ today.
Yeah,
Just
week
kidding.
1 champ, whatever. All right. It's still early. We got my cousin, but that's my brother Harold Ragsdale. We got my cousin Curtis Murray with us, and we got my big brother Chucky Ragsdale, Charles Ragsdale, representing the Kansas City Chiefs, who got upset last week. Oh my God! So let's go ahead and talk about it. Chuck, go ahead and get us started, man.
All right. Well, last week, Harold came out on top. Harold ended up with 10 correct picks out of 16. Then come in second was Kurt. Kurt got 10 right out of 16. Then myself, I got 9 right. And then we come to you, Daryl. He went 500, 8 and 8.
8 and 8, baby. Yeah. That's all right. That's all right.
That was week 1. Now we got a better feel of what's going on. We got to see all the teams play, and everybody should do a little bit better this week. So, yeah, that's how it went last week. Anybody want to comment on any surprises from last week, or anybody that looks good? Anybody disappointed with their
Browns? The Browns. They're going to be a problem. And it ain't because of Deshaun. He played like boo-boo. That run game, Nick Chubb, in that defense. That's going to win you a lot of games in that division, man.
And I got to say the Cowboys look very impressive. But it's like I said, I don't know if the Giants are just that bad or it's somewhere in the middle there.
It is somewhere in the middle. I ain't getting excited.
Okay. Anybody else got anything they want to recap from last week, or y'all want to just jump right on into it?
Man, Colorado balled up, huh?
Who?
Oh, yeah.
Colorado. Deion Sanders.
Yeah, because Nebraska had some pros on that defense. They was laying wood the first half. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
But Deion's coaching staff, bro. They coaching staff is special.
Yeah, it's day and night, man, from last week as far as the defense was concerned.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say something that people probably disagree with. I think TCU is not a very good football team this year.
No, I don't think they are either.
Yeah, and I think that's why they were able to beat TCU. But we'll see, because they have Colorado State this week. But after that, then they play.
Yeah,
I think they're going to play
they start
Oregon,
the gauntlet after that.
They play Oregon and then USC. And that's going to be the test. And to be honest with you, I hope they beat the crap out of USC, because, Lincoln Riley and Caleb Williams, left us hanging like that in Oklahoma. So I wish them failure.
Well, I live right around the corner from USC, so I'm gonna need y'all to lead them.
Roll with UCLA, man. Roll with UCLA. All right. Well, we kick off this week with a Thursday night game. It's going to be the Minnesota Vikings. They'll be going out to play the Eagles, and I'm going to kick us off here. I'm going straight Eagles. No commentary necessary. I think they're playing at home. They look pretty good. The Patriots came back and gave them a little fight, the following week, despite all their turnovers. But I think the Eagles will get it done. They'll beat the Vikings. And that's just how I feel about it. And we'll go to next, Harold. Who you got with the Eagles and the Vikings?
The Eagles. No commentary, no. It's obvious Eagles. With mistakes. They can make mistakes and still win.
All right, Daryl.
I like the Eagles too. To win this one. They played well last week against who did they play against? They look like a real good team last week. Who did they play against last week?
The Patriots. The Eagles.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. And Tampa Bay messed around and beat Minnesota. So I think that Philadelphia is going to win this game.
That's right. Okay, Kurt.
Vikings.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Okay.
I'm just going against the grain because out there y'all pick.
Oh man.
Yeah. I'm crazy on this one. I know. That's all right.
Okay, we're gonna turn it right back around to you and go to the next game. It's going to be the Raiders going to play the Bills in Buffalo.
In Buffalo, man, Josh bounces back. I'm going with the Bills.
Okay.
Even though I don't like them, but yeah.
All right then, Daryl.
I agree with my big cousin. I think this is going to be a bounce back game, and I think the Bills is going to win this.
And G.
Bills and who?
The Raiders.
Raiders.
I mean,
The Raiders.
The Raiders. Mm-hmm.
Where they playing at?
Buffalo.
I gotta go Buffalo, man. In Buffalo, I think the crowd advantage, that'll set them off. That'll get them past that game. Josh Allen, he had an off game. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I think he had like he played a pretty solid game. He just threw a couple of actually he had 3 picks. And I just don't see him doing that in week 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
Real sloppy, but I think
everybody killed Dak. Everybody kills Dak. But since he came into the league, Josh got the most giveaways in the whole league over that period.
He had 3 picks last week. I just don't think
and a fumble and a lost fumble.
Yeah, he stunk up the house.
Well, we're gonna go clean.
And we all choosing them.
I'm going with the Bills. We're going clean sweep. I'm going with the Bills. They're at home. I had some concerns about how reckless Josh Allen was. He was real reckless with. Oh man, but I think they'll bounce back. They're not going to go 0-2. So I got the Bills. So it's a clean sweep with the Bills. Nobody's going to gain any traction on that game. And the next game, I'll kick us off with the Ravens. They're going to play Cincinnati. Cincinnati, I'm going with the home field advantage there. I think Bengals will bounce back. I'm hoping they'll bounce back, but because I don't want to fall behind you guys. But anyway, we'll go with that. Earl?
I got to go with the Ravens. I mean, just because Lamar Jackson, I like what he did. And look for Odell getting the end zones at least twice this week. And I believe Lamar, he didn't have any INTs. Let's see, how many picks did he throw last week? He had 1 pick. And Lamar good for 1 pick, but he'll make it up with his legs. I think if he can get Odell in his zone once, I think Lamar probably run for maybe two touchdowns himself. This is gonna be really an easy game, Baltimore.
Okay. Daryl.
You said an easy game, Baltimore, huh? I'm gonna have to go the other way. I like Cincinnati in this one. I think this is going to be a bounce back game. They lost against Cleveland last week, and I think Joe Burrow and that group is going to come to play this week. And I think that although I like Baltimore for the season, I think that they're going to be a good team. I think that they're not going to. I don't think they're going to win this game.
Oh, you went with the Bengals, so that means we'll probably lose that one. Okay, then. All right. It's bad when I'm agreeing with 8-8. Okay. Let's go to Kurt.
You ain't done. Hey, wait a minute. You ain't done but 9-7. You act like you a bunch of games ahead of me. You 1 game above 500. One game above 500.
Uh,
Who you got,
man,
Kurt?
I don't know if y'all noticed, but Joe Burrow, he's not healed up, man. He's a
Mhm.
statue back there. And if you watch his linemen, they can't hold the pass rush long enough for their routes to develop. They're not using a quick passing game. And I don't think Mixon will be able to get off. So I look for the Ravens to eke out a close one.
Okay, so Daryl and myself went with the Bengals that week, and we're split on that. Pearl and Kurt went with the Ravens. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and then we're gonna turn it right back around to you, Kurt. We're going Chiefs Jaguars.
Jags,
Okay,
period.
all right, Daryl.
I'm going with Kansas City, man. I don't think they're gonna have 2 games in a row the way they had. I don't think they're gonna lose 2 games. I think they're gonna come back and they're gonna beat the Jags this week.
All right, G.
Where we playing at?
And
We're
Jackson.
going down to Jacksonville on that artificial turf.
I got Jackson. I'm going with the Jags. I'm going with my boy Lawrence, boy. Lawrence just had 1 pick.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Jaguars.
saying?
Jaguars.
Hey, a 62.6 quarterback rating. You know what I'm saying?
Against
you getting
Indiana,
official
against
on
the
us.
Colts. Against the Colts, man.
Say,
get
but
official.
still, he balled out. And they playing at home. The Chiefs getting ready to start 0-2.
Okay. Now the Jags they look good. They came back and got the win. They did what they were supposed to do, and they're going to be at home. Doug Peterson knows Kansas City really well because he was our offensive coordinator for a minute. So it's going to be a real tough matchup, but I don't see Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes starting off 0-2. It's not going to happen. They're going to go in there and they're going to figure out a way to win. We got Chris Jones back in the fold. Kadarius Toney, he just had a bad performance, and he'll be back. He's going to make up for last week, and I'm going.
That sounds awesome.
I'm going with
That sounds awesome.
Okay.
That's a fan talking. That's a fan. He believes.
That sounds awesome. Yeah.
Now I'm gonna turn it back around. We got the Los Angeles Chargers. They'll be going out to Tennessee to face the Titans, and the Chargers lost last week, but I think they'll bounce back this week. Chargers are a pretty good football team. They're going to be all right this year, so I'm going with the Chargers. All right, Earl. They'll be playing in Tennessee.
They're going to Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I gotta go with the Chargers. I like that they defense, man. That what's his name? Bosa? B-O-S-A?
Joey Bosa.
Yeah, that kid is gonna get a quarterback. Who's the quarterback down there in Tennessee? Who is that boy?
Tannehill.
Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Tannehill. He had an okay game last week, but Tannehill, I think he had like 3 picks, man. That's not going to, and I don't think he's going to turn it around. And I think they kind of, if you could stop Henry, you got him. Because if you force him to throw on 3rd down, 3rd and long, we got him. Tannehill is just not that guy. So I got to go the other way.
Okay.
Chargers.
And Daryl.
Well, I'm already. That game last week between Miami and the Chargers was a shootout. You understand what I'm saying? And the Chargers played real well. They just got outplayed at the end of the game. What wasn't that pass and throw, that dime and catch at the end of that game? Wasn't that the Miami game? Kid that used to play for Kansas City. Or just hit him in the chest, right? Tyreek Hill just hit him in the end zone. My God, that was a dime. So, man, I like the Chargers this year. They really proved something to me last week, and I think that they're going to be pretty good if they continue. Even though they lost that game, they proved something to me. And Tennessee ultimately disappointed me last week against New Orleans. So I think that the Chargers are going to win this game.
Okay, I got you down for the Chargers and Kurt.
Man. So I told y'all about Kellen's playbook. It's gonna score points, but it won't close a game out. It don't. It look just like Dallas. They high scoring. Dak threw for 5, and what happens in the playoffs? He won't run the ball at critical times to cut that faucet off, right? They had a lead, and he refused to run the ball to kill some of the clock. So, having said that, though, I can't go with Tennessee, man. Give me the Chargers this week.
So we got a clean sweep on that one.
Yeah, I was about to say.
All right.
Because I was about to say, man, you go with Tennessee. You said that they can score a lot of points. Tennessee don't score a lot of points. Historically, Tennessee has been a great defensive team, and then they keep the ball on the ground, and they'll keep you know what I'm saying? And
they don't have a quarterback. They don't have a quarterback, man.
Yeah.
They don't got no quarterback.
This is not a good game. This is not a good matchup for Tennessee.
Okay, well, we're going to turn this back around to you, Kurt. Once again, we got Green Bay going to take on the Falcons.
Give me Green Bay, man. Jordan Love looked good last week. Their passing game is ahead of where I thought it would be, and it's because Aaron Jones is fooling back there. They got a good running game, solid defense. Man, give me the Packers, man.
All right. Daryl?
Got to go. I know both teams won last week, right? Green Bay won and Atlanta won last week, but I like Green Bay this week. They were impressive, and I like Green Bay this week too.
Okay. And Earl?
Love. I got to go with Green Bay, man. Love played a splendid game. Those receivers was on it, man. I think Green Bay knew what they had. When they let Rodgers go, they knew Love was ready, just like when they let Brett Favre go, they knew Rodgers was ready. So they strategically did it, and now it's time for that boy to shake his jelly. Easy game, man. Falcons, that was a fluke. Come on, man. Come on.
Okay. Well, this is going to be a clean sweep also. Now, if you would have asked me last week before I watched the Packers play, I would have probably gone with the home team Falcons. But the fact that I saw the Packers impressed me. That was like I spoke to y'all earlier. I said the Packers kind of surprised me a little bit. I didn't think he'd come out the gates that well, but I'm going to go with the Packers also. Okay, so we all clean sweep on. We swept that one. Everybody went with the Packers. So we're gonna have to start. Some people are gonna have to start going across the grain. We can't be picking all the same picks now. So I'm gonna start us off with the Seahawks and the Lions. The Lions beat us last week, and I'm going with them again. They'll be playing in the Dome in Detroit against the Seahawks, who lost their opening game, but they're not a bad team on paper, but they got to get it together. So I'm going with the Lions on that one. And we'll go back to you, Harold, next.
I gotta go. I'm going with Goff. I gotta go with him because that's my guy. Matter of fact, he threw for 253 yards last week. I think he only had one pick. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
And
going with the Lions?
I like their energy. I gotta go with the Lions.
Okay. Who you going with, Daryl?
Got to go with Detroit, man. I like Seattle. I like the Seahawks. I like my boy Geno back there. They disappointed me a bit last week. Didn't seem like they had things together the way they usually have things together. So I'm gonna have to go with Detroit. And Detroit looked real good, man. Beat the champs, right? So I'm gonna have to go with Detroit this week too.
Kurt, you gonna go across the grain, baby?
Man, look here. The Seahawks lost, but they lost both of their starting tackles right off the rip, right? Left and right tackle lost.
Yeah.
They just signed Jason Peters, so I'm gonna look for a bunch of double tight end sets. I'm gonna look for 35 to 40 carries by the Seahawks. I'm looking for 2 touchdowns by Geno, a couple of field goals, and 2 takeaways from Goff. Give me the Seahawks.
Mm.
In a out there in a way way out there pick. But yeah, I've talked myself into a way they can win.
Okay.
Based
Let's
on Pete
turn this
Carroll's
back
style.
around.
Based on his style.
Okay, we'll turn it back around to you, Kurt. I'm gonna bring up the toilet bowl right now.
Bucks.
You got the Colts going to
Colts.
Houston to take on the Texans.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony Richards was a lot better passer than what I thought he would be starting off. CJ Stroud and them, I don't think the offense can score with the Colts. Give me the Colts. Give me the Colts.
All right, Daryl.
All right, so this is going to be my team's first win of the season. I'm going with my Texans. I think Stroud's going to have a better game this week. I think that they're going to come together. This is 2 really bad teams, two really bad teams, and I'm hoping if we're going to get 3 wins this season, we're going to have to beat the Colts twice. So
I like it. I like
so
it.
I'm going with,
Pick with your team, man.
Huh? Yeah, I'm going with my
like
team.
it.
I'm
Stay with
going
your
with my
team.
Texans. I'm rooting for my Texans this week.
Where they
All
playing?
right, G.
They're
Where they
playing.
playing?
They're playing in
They're
Houston.
playing in Houston. Yeah.
Stroud had
Well, it sounds like he can ready to go
42
Texas.
yards passing, but he didn't even throw a touchdown pass, I don't believe. Anthony Richards had 223 passes, yards in the air, and he had 1 pick, but he threw 1 touchdown. So I think that was a confidence builder. And I gotta go with, you know what? I'm gonna just go with, I think Richardson, the boy with the Colts, he a little more dog. He just got a little more dog in him. He gonna pull his team out for victory, man. One way or the other. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going with the Texans. You going with the Texans?
Who?
No, he
Yeah.
said the Colts.
I'm going with the Colts. I ain't going with the Texans.
Okay.
I ain't going say, man. The Texans got a yellow quarterback, man. He's soft, yo.
All right.
He a yellow boy,
I'm going
man.
Colts.
Come on, you old Albie.
I'm going Colts. I'm going Colts. I can't go with the Texans yet. So next game, looks like Daryl might fall behind. You might gain some ground on that game if the Texans win.
Yeah, if they.
But I like that pick. I like you picking the Texans, man. You got to stay with your team, man.
I do too. I like it.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna kick us off with the Bears. They're going to play the Buccaneers. You know what? The Bears look awful.
Awful.
I mean, yeah, Buccaneers to win at home. Okay. Next is Harold.
Bucks. You know, I gotta go. I gotta go with Mayfield. Baker. I gotta go with Baker. And Justin Fields is just he has no help. He's out there, man. He's out there just running. He reminds me of Quincy Carter out there just trying to make it happen. I mean, it just looked bad, man. I really
He's
thought
running for his life, man.
offensive line or something, but them Bears, we definitely. Hey, this is definitely not the '83 Bears with the Super Bowl shuffle. This is definitely not them. For real, this is horrible. But Baker's gonna have a surprise year. Remember, I said it. Baker's trying to win a solid starting job in the NFL where he can get a fat contract and get some years with it. So I think he's gonna be a tough quarterback. And if y'all watch some of his plays, man, the way he was stiff arming, you don't see quarterbacks throwing stiff arms on his knees.
I saw him stiff arm somebody.
Baker, baby. Money maker Baker.
Okay. All right then. Yeah, he was doing some Josh Allen stuff on, man. Cutting it upfield, wasn't going out of bounds. That was all right. All right, Durham. Who you got, man? Bucks or the Bears?
No faith in Baker Mayfield whatsoever. None at all. But
Okay. Okay, kid.
Chicago looked so bad. Chicago looked so bad last week that I can't go with them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to go with Tampa Bay this week.
All right. What's up, cuz?
Man, I think I'm stick with the Buccaneers and Baker the playmaker. Yes, sir. Defense is still good. Baker not making the mistakes. He protecting the ball. Man, Evans and Godwin still there. The line's still good. I'm like, whoa. Can he
clean sweep?
Well, he can do what an old Tom Brady can do. They gonna win 10, 11 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, and until Justin Field changes, it's no longer the Chicago Bears on this channel. It is the Bad News Bears.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with that, man. I agree. They look pretty bad, man. They're gonna get an early draft pick, I think. I think they'll be picking second or third in the draft.
Might be picking Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Or Shedeur.
That would serve him right to go there. All right, Kurt, let's turn this back around, man, and get us started with the following game. I mean, the Giants are playing the Cardinals. They're playing in Arizona.
Man.
In Arizona.
See, the thing about it is Arizona played the Commanders real tough.
Yeah.
And so where is the game at?
In Arizona.
The game is in Arizona.
Boy, I said I wasn't going to do it. But what a difference a week makes. Give me the Cardinals, man. That nothing burger was just too much for me to see. Now, it's a good chance that New York goes in there and rights the ship, but wow. Give me the Cardinals, man.
Okay. Durham?
Man, I'm going with, they lost to the Cowboys last week. Come on, man. They got blown out by the Cowgirls, man. They made the Cowboys look like, the early 90s San Francisco 49ers with Joe Montana back there. So, man, this is ridiculous, man. But I can't go with Arizona. I just can't. This on paper, when you look at them both on paper, New York looks like they should win by 3 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? But when you watch last week and how everybody played, you think that Arizona might win this game. You know what? Everybody have a bad week. Everybody have a bad week. I'm going with the Giants, man. I'm going with the Giants. I think they're going to bounce back. These are professionals. I think they're going to bounce back.
All right, Harold Jean.
Hey, man, it's champion. It's champion.
It's just 1 week, man. We just getting started.
Hey, man, I'm like that rapper. Say, put some respect with that name. Yeah, man, hey, I'm going with the Giants. I think that was more or less what y'all saw was a dominant offensive game. We knew the Cowboys defense was going to be off the chain. But with McCarthy calling the plays, he put the pedal on them boys and didn't give them no breathing room. Our special teams played a complete game. I just don't believe Arizona will play a complete game like that. And this is New York's one of their 5 games that they might win this season. But I think the run game, I think that Barkley kid back there, I think that's his name, Saquon or whatever. I think he's going to rush for over 100 yards on the ground. They're going to control the ball. And I think once the running game gets going, that'll give Jones some little rinky-dink some little screen passes. And it'll be game management. But again, they're playing Arizona. So it's going to be a walk in the park. I picked the Giants to come back big this week.
Hey, wait a minute. Before you, hey, did y'all catch that? I heard Earl say something. He said our offense was this. You heard how he said when he talked about the Cowboys. He said our. Now Earl usually
I
talk
did.
about.
I did hear that though.
Did you catch that? Did you catch it? We gonna play it back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
No.
talk about how he don't have a team and how he don't have a team this and he is the whole team and he ain't rooting for the Cowboys. But now it's our. They have a good game last week. Now
No,
it's
I like
our.
McCarthy. I like what they did. They did something that's uncommon. They kept their foot on the pedal and they played a complete 4 quarters. They didn't get reserve and start trying to play ball control with a lead. And I'm like Kirby say, man, we got a different offensive coordinator. McCarthy's a head coach, but he's a better offensive coordinator. His coordinating is what got him a head job. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
the sky's the limit. Until somebody in the NFC show me something, dude, with a complete team where your special teams is playing, and only weak spot we have is our kickers a little shallow. He's a little amateur, but I don't think it's gonna be on his foot to win no game.
We're discussing the Cowboys. We're not to them yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
Is that your team? No, I'm just messing with you, bro. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Yeah, no, but hey, Cardinals suck, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up. They talk.
Look, you know what? The Cardinals was better than I thought they were going to be, and the Giants was worse than I thought they were going to be. This is a tough decision for me because I told myself that the Cardinals would be the bottom of the barrel, but at least until they get their QB back, if he comes back. But I'm going to go with the Giants. I'm going with the Giants. Yeah, I have to go with the Giants. I can't bring myself to go with the Cardinals. Hopefully it was just a fluke week for them. I know Dallas is strong, but I think, these games could snowball and get out of control really quick. And man, you're right though. Those Cowboys look dominant. But anyway, no team is ever as good as they look, and they're never as bad as they look. So I'm gonna kick us off with the next game, and not too much to say about this one. This is the 49ers and the Rams, and they're playing in Los Angeles. But the 49ers are just strong. They're too strong, man, and I think they'll win this game. I'm going with the 49ers. All right, Earl, who you got on the 49ers and the Rams?
I got to go with the Niners. Unfortunately, I got to agree, and I can't stand the Niners. I mean, I never was a Jerry Rice fan. I didn't like Roger Craig. I didn't like Steve. Their uniforms look dirty. Like they got big riches. I just don't like them, bro. But they're gonna beat the Rams. Like I said, Stafford, man, and then that key wide receiver that what's his name? That played with the Rams.
Cooper Kupp.
He's out. He's out. So Stafford is out there trying to make do with some USFL players. You know what I'm saying? Rock. He trying to deal with some rock receivers that played in the Rocks League. You know what I'm saying? Or the Canadian League or something, man. Come on, man. He's like, he got some B-string receivers. He's good, but them 49ers, like you said, man, that defense and then that McCaffrey or whatever, and say, man, them dudes are just, hey, man, I can't stand them. That's the threat in the NFC that they the threat right now, bro.
They got a team. Yeah,
they
got a squad.
Yeah.
See, y'all was laughing at me last week when I was talking about Purdy. Y'all was now everybody talk about San Francisco something, boy. They got a team.
No, hey man, San Francisco, remember, is one of my Super Bowl picks. Okay.
First of all, bro, Purdy, he just threw for 220 yards. Purdy didn't do all that great.
Okay.
That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do when you got a team like that, man.
Come on.
Who you got, baby, bro?
Man, the Rams played well last week against the Seahawks, man. They actually looked pretty good, but the San Francisco, man, San Francisco. So I don't know how this happened because usually I would follow after Hurl when I was little. So if Hurl didn't like a team, I'm surprised that the San Francisco 49ers was my favorite team when I was little. You know what I mean? When I was real little, I loved it. Joe Montana is still my GOAT. You know what I mean? I know he might not be the statistics wise and all that other stuff, but as far as best quarterback ever in my eyes, you know, if I had to choose a quarterback to make a team and any quarterback of all time, I'll probably choose Joe Montana because Joe Montana just seemed like he was a winner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Roger Craig, Ronnie Lott, Jerry Rice, John Taylor. Man, them boys, man. Brent Jones, all them cats. I think that was his name. Man, come on, man. So I'm a big San Francisco. I was growing up. I was a San Francisco fan. Fell in love with the Oilers when I moved to Houston. You know, love the Texans now because I lived in Houston and all that good stuff. But as far as this game is concerned, man, I think San Francisco is going to win, and I don't think it's going to be necessarily that close.
Okay. All right, Kurt.
Well, man, I understand what you guys. I can't argue with you, but you know, and San Francisco should beat this team pretty bad, but I'm going with the Rams.
Going across the grain.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
Hey man, Kurt Warner's not the quarterback, y'all.
Isaac Bruce gone.
Yeah.
Hey man.
Hey,
Hey,
man.
I need to take some chances, man. So
Okay.
I'm gonna take
All
them
right,
against the
kick us off.
Eagles and against the 49ers. I'm gonna take my chances.
Okay. I'm gonna let you start us off with the
Broncos.
Jets are going to play the Cowboys.
Oh, you know what that is.
And
Come on.
I know what time it is. Harold, this is your chance to talk to now. But who you got, Kurt?
Cowboys. Oh.
Them boys, man. I mean, I ain't got to say nothing. I mean, it's still a scary game because the old Cowboys were messing around. They let Colt McCoy beat them one time. Like, same scenario. And wasn't supposed to. So, but I see a different focus. Parsons and them. Ooh, man, did you see him getting off the ball?
Yeah.
Bro, I've never seen anything like that in all my years. You know, he had a good get up. Now, in all honesty, if y'all had a chance to watch my brother Andrew in college,
Yeah.
he was Michael Parsons-ish.
Yeah, he was.
If he wouldn't have got in trouble, Drew would have been in the league.
Yeah. Straight up.
But no, I like the Cowboys. I like the Cowboys, man.
Okay. How about you? I'm interested to hear what you got to say, Daryl. I got a feeling you might be going across the grain, man.
Why would I do that?
Okay.
After watching the Cowboys do what they did and then watching Aaron Rodgers get hurt last week. New York Jets ain't even got a quarterback. Now they played pretty well, but they ended up winning that game last week, didn't they?
Yeah.
They played pretty well. They ended up winning that game last week. But no, man, I don't see them beating. You know, again, it's week 2. You know what I'm saying? If this was week 12, 13, when the Cowboys start falling apart usually, I will go against the Cowboys. But right now we still early, so I expect the Cowboys to win a bunch of games early and then, you know, do what the Cowboys do later in the season.
Okay, Earl, I already know who you're going to pick, but I'm going to let you rant for a minute, man.
Already. Cowboys. And the difference maker is they're at home, and it's the first home game. They're coming off of a goose egg. You know, they goose egg the Giants. So the Jets will score. They'll kick a couple of field goals. They'll score about 9 points. But again, our offense is hitting on all cylinders, man. I like our running backs. I like if Pollard can stay healthy. I like Dak's decision making. Dak just got a different swag about him. He's got a different.
He ain't worried about numbers.
Right,
He's not worried about numbers. He don't care about
it's
third down. He's winning third down. right? And protecting the ball. When you
Yeah.
got a defense, that's what you do.
I know that's right.
And then Parsons is that kid is like LT.
He's a stud. He's a
He's
stud.
another LT, dude.
Yeah.
If you 11 will be in your backfield. He's gonna disrupt everything
Yeah.
going on in that backfield. I will be shocked if Wilson even finished the game. Is that the Jets quarterback name?
Yeah. Yeah.
Zach Wilson. Yeah.
Mike,
Well,
man, Mike is great. Mike is good, man. Mike is great. Michael Parsons is good, man. But I mean, don't this happen every year with the Cowboy? I mean, y'all get Cowboy fans, y'all get so happy and so up early, and they let y'all down every year. Why do y'all keep doing it? Y'all like the girl that keep going
It's
back
a
to
week
the
to week
Normally, that's how I
man.
think, G. D. That's normally how I feel about the Cowboys. I'm never really sold on the Cowboys. I let the Cowboy fans get all up and happy and stuff. But this year, this is the first time they ever really impressed me.
Something different.
This is the first time the Cowboys ever impressed
See,
me.
they're gonna make you jump out that window over there in the buildings behind you.
So I think I'm gonna go with the Cowboys.
What?
Man. I have to go with the Cowboys.
What?
That's a clean sweep, man. That's a clean sweep. But I was impressed with them. This feels like they might make a run this year. But let's not get too excited over one game. You know, you're never as good as never as good as you think it is, and it's never as bad as you think it is. So
Chuck, you know it's something if I'm calling Dak and not Dakota.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For
You
sure.
heard my respect. I'm calling him Dak this week.
Yeah.
What's the
He's
respect
all
with
right.
that
I might
name?
be calling him Dakota again, but this week I'm calling him Dak.
Now the offense might choke every now and then, but that defense is gonna be there.
Yeah.
That defense is gonna be there. Okay, I'm gonna go start us off with the Commanders and the Broncos. Boy, this is gonna be a low scoring. Both teams got pretty good defenses. The Commanders got a stout defensive front. Like I said last week, I'm out here in Virginia, and I'm gonna go with the Commanders. As G would say, the Commandos.
Yeah.
All right, Harold, who you got now?
And they playing at home?
No.
No, they're playing in Denver.
Oh, they playing at Mile High. Denver lost last week, didn't it?
Yeah, to the Raiders. By
I-
one point.
By one
By
point.
one point.
Well, it'll be worse. I like that quarterback, man. I like the Commandos. I like that quarterback. I like his swag. I like Bieniemy, the way he managed the game with that offense. I just don't think I don't think it's the coach. I think they have the wrong leadership on the field. I just think Sierra has had his time. Sean Payton, he's going to turn Denver around, but he's going to have to get a new commander-in-chief out there on offense, or either give Russell some awesome threats. I mean, he needs a lot of help. They don't have a good running game. Man, Denver, the best thing they got going, you can't breathe out there, but man, Commando, and it won't be close, at least by 14.
Okay. Daryl?
All right, so this one is a toss-up for me. I think both teams kind of resemble each other, and both of them are not they're hard. They play hard, not very good, in my opinion, right? Not a whole lot of talent, but they well coached and play hard. Teams. We got two people went with Washington, huh? So I think I'm gonna go with, and I said I wouldn't do this because I have no faith in Russell. I'm sorry, I have no faith in Mr. Sierra.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm gonna go with Denver this week, just because I need to make up that game on Chuck, so we'll be tied up next week. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Denver.
Okay.
Russell
How
threw
about you, Kurt?
177 yards. Look at his contract, dude. The money they paying Russell, he threw for 177 yards, dude. That's middle school. That's Michael Harris middle school numbers.
I told y'all that last week. It was the system that made him out there, And that same system made Geno Smith look like an all-star last year.
Okay.
All-pro last
You
year.
might have something there. You might have something there. All right, then, Kirk.
Man. Okay, so well, I think Baker threw for around 177 yards. You know what I'm saying? And they won. So they're at home. I'm gonna give them. They've been averaging 16 points a game since Russell took over. So at home, I'm going to give them an additional touchdown, which would make them scoring about 22, 23 points. I think that'll be enough to get it done in a close game. Give me the Broncos.
Okay. Okay, keep us going, man. We're going with the final game on Sunday night. The Miami Dolphins will be traveling to the New England Patriots.
The Patriots look better than I thought they would, right? But they ain't got nothing for Tua in them. They ain't got a thing for them. Give me the Dolphins, man. I'm not even gonna take long.
Okay. All right, Daryl. I'm sorry, Daryl.
Man, I'm with my big cousin. Miami looked good, man. A powerful, but I told y'all that last week. You know, I got a lot wrong last week, but the ones I got right. You know what I mean? Miami.
I'm with that.
The boys there, they look good. Tua, come on, man. Yeah. And I can't get over that dime. That last touchdown pass was a dime, man. Did y'all see it? It went right over the defense man's shoulder. I mean, I could have caught that. That was that.
Tua is the most accurate quarterback in the league. He's the most accurate.
His arm may not be that strong, but it's accurate.
No, but he sees that field, bro, and lays that ball where the receivers can catch it. If he need to throw it short and let Tyreek come back, he see the safety too deep. They already know to cut the man. It's brilliant.
Bill have an answer for him though. Bill gonna have an answer for him.
Yeah, I think that's why why I like him, because y'all heard growing up, my favorite quarterback, still my GOAT, is Joe Montana, and Joe Montana couldn't throw the ball 40 yards,
but he was accurate.
And it was ugly. His ball would be wobbling in the air, whatever, but boy, it would hit Jerry Rice right.
Especially when he came to Kansas City.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
he had a joke. He was like, "What can you get? You know." Something about 4 quarters. What can you get out of $1 that you can't get out of Joe Montana? 4 quarters.
That's messed up.
We used to joke about that dude, man, because he was hurt all the time, man.
Yeah,
but
man,
he was on the tail end of his career when he came to play with Kansas City, though. And
like he lasted longer than Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers lasted 4 plays, 4 snaps. But yeah, I'm going with, just in case it wasn't clear, I'm going with Miami.
All right, Earl?
Yeah, I'm going with Miami. And the only reason I'm going with Miami is because I'm impressed with their protection. This is the first game I've seen Tua no sacks.
Okay.
So I gotta go with, if you're not putting no pressure on him, and you got that cheetah out there running routes, dude, you in trouble. You in for a long day. Now, this could very well turn as soon as the game gets started. One good hit, little bump on the head, and say, man, this dude is like Holyfield fighting right now.
Okay.
His brain is already cooking. It's scrambled. So I'm taking this pick on the fact that he was not touched last week as far as a sack. He took no sacks last week. The dude had a tremendous game. He averaged like 10 yards per pass. His percentage rating was like 51%, I believe. Say the dude's a great game manager.
All right. Well, I'm going to go with the Patriots. I think Bill Belichick will put a little something on them. Bill will have an answer for Tua. Bill will take away they still got Waddle though. But he will take away their best asset.
Yeah.
But they're playing in New England, it's a division game. You know how those division games work out. And I think the Dolphins are better, but I think the Patriots they'll split during the season. And I think each team will win their game at home. So with this game, I'm going with the Patriots. I'm going across the grain on y'all. So the Patriots I'm taking. And then we have two Monday night.
Pick, Chuck.
Huh? Yeah.
I like that pick. Good pick.
Love it.
Hey,
Okay.
you on your way to the basement. Real. Hit Daryl.
Okay. Well, the first Monday night game, because there's gonna be two Monday night games, and the first one is going to be New Orleans. They're going to Carolina to take on the Panthers. Carolina's close to me, so I think I might go out there and catch one of their home games this season. I have to look over their schedule. But anyway, this is going to be an easy win for the Saints. I'm going with the Saints in this game because, I mean, Carolina, they're not going to be able to beat the Saints. That's just how I feel about it. All right, we're going next to Harold.
Nah, man, we marching in. Dude, Carr marching in, man. The Saints are marching in, bro.
Okay.
I told y'all Carr had something to prove.
Right. Okay. D?
They impressed me last week against Tennessee. I really thought that Tennessee was going to win that game, and I think most of us, everybody but Harold, thought that Tennessee was going to win that game last week. And New Orleans came out and they played well. David Carr, his little brother. What was
Derek?
Derek Carr. He be sometiming. Harold, if I was you, I wouldn't put a stake in him, because sometimes he looked like he an all-pro quarterback, and then sometimes he looked like trash. So, but this week I believe that they're going to beat this team. I just don't think Carolina has anything for them.
Okay. And Kirk?
Saints. Y'all said it all. Saints.
Okay. And you're going to kick us off with the last game Monday night. It's going to be the late game, and it's
Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland. You taking the
Give
Browns?
me the Browns. Give me the Browns.
They're playing in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but man, hey, the Browns defense, Myles Garrett and them hunting. They hunting, and that run game is solid, and it's going to, I don't care how Pittsburgh showed me, if you get in their butts for 2 quarters with that run game, they're going to fold up, man. I love Coach Thomas, but I don't got no faith in the Steelers the way they lost to the 49ers last week. They got brutalized, man.
Yeah. All right, little bro, Daryl.
I can't stand saying this. I really can't, because I wish everything bad to happen to Deshaun Watson. I don't want any success for him the way he did my Texans, and got up out of there. But it's not because of him. I think that they're going to win. I think they're going to win in spite of Deshaun this week. Didn't they win last week? They won last week, right?
Yeah.
Just like they won in spite of him last week. So
they won impressively. They won 24-3, right? Was it 24-3?
They They whipped the Bengals, man. I mean, they spanked them. So
but a lot of times in football, man, well, in all sports, after a big win like that, Deshaun gonna go out and get a few extra massages. he might not come to play, but I'm going with Cleveland, man. As much as I hate to do that, to cheer for Deshaun, I'm going. I think that they're going to win this game.
Okay, Earl.
Man,
come on, Harold.
Yeah, you know what? That boy gonna go get him a massage, and Pickett is gonna hit Pickens this week, and he gonna flip that because he had 2 INTs last week. He only had
Don't
one.
do it to yourself. Don't do it.
But it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. I like their coach. Hold up, where did they play last week? Did they play at home?
No. Wait a minute.
No, the
Against-
49ers, didn't the 49ers go to Pittsburgh?
No. San Francisco went to Pittsburgh. Yeah, they played at home last week and lost.
So where's this game at?
It's in
This
Pittsburgh.
Is in Pittsburgh.
Man, I can't even do Pittsburgh. I can't
Hey, you can always pick a tie.
No, there ain't no tie, man. Watson, man, look. Watson could party all night and get 3 massages and go out there and beat them. And then I don't think it's Watson as much as it is
Nick Chubb.
yeah,
Chubb.
Chubb. Whenever
that
you got a
defense.
team with a running game,
And
they
the
remind
defense.
me of when Bonnie Kosar and they had that big boy. Who was that running back, Chuck? When you used
Ooh,
to,
he was big. I forgot his name.
Kosar was the quarterback, and then you had
Icky
Biner.
Woods. No,
Biner,
Icky Woods played for Cincinnati.
Biner in the back.
It was
Bynum.
Bynum.
Ernest Biner or something like that.
Yep.
Real big running backs, and they control the game with they run game. Where Kosar wasn't that great of a quarterback, but all he had to do was hit his little receivers out there, and the running game was effective. So as much as I hate to do this because I love Tomlin, man, I gotta go with them Brownies, man. Yeah,
I think they're gonna be. I think they're gonna be the surprise team this year.
Should I change my pick since everybody went with the Brownies?
I think you should.
You know, it's hard for me to see Tomlin and those Steelers start off 0-2 at home.
Yeah,
but this feels like a disaster, and I'm really, frankly, I'm surprised. I'm surprised, but I have to go. I have to go with the Browns, and that's our final pick there, guys. So I'm gonna open up the board to see if anybody have anything further they want to discuss about the season. So far, what's coming up this week?
man,
Well,
y'all
the
out.
Eagles play Thursday, and it's on Amazon. So if you ain't got Amazon, you can't even see the game.
Who?
The Eagles, Vikings.
Oh wow.
It's on Amazon TV. You know, Amazon streaming only, exclusively.
NFL
that's
not carrying it.
Nope, that's part of that contract because you know Amazon got their own sportscasters, all that. Tony Gonzalez and I forget who else is over there, but this, you know, they got like NBC, NFL. They got their own thing, got their own team. So that's gonna be interesting.
These streaming services start out cheap to get everybody to go away from cable, right? So everybody went away from cable. Now they're starting to jack their prices. Pretty soon, man. Watch what I tell you. In the next 10 years, the streaming service is going to be as much as cable was.
No, they're going to be the cable companies. Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to be like charging, bukus a month.
YouTube
it started out like
$3.99
a month, and it was only Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Netflix, they dominated the market. But then everybody figured out, hey, this is a way to undercut cable companies. And then when we get everybody away from Comcast, then we gonna jack the prices up. We gonna pop them blind.
They're already just as much as cable, practically. But you have to understand that in order to watch all the shows that you want to watch, that you would have been able to watch with just cable back in the day, you got to get six different of the little apps. You got to have the gotta have the Netflix, and you also got to have the Prime Video if you want to watch those. You got to have Disney Plus. You got to have AMC Plus if you want to watch the Walking Dead stuff. You got to have Hulu if you want to watch all the old shows. You got to have Paramount Plus if you want to watch those shows, and you got to have what's the other one? Peacock if you want to watch those shows. But after you get all of those,
You paying as much,
You
yeah.
paying for cable.
And then they're jacking the
Yeah.
price up every other month. They jacking the
Hey,
price up a little
and don't
bit more.
forget HBO Max or Max now.
And then YouTube TV, man, I got that,
Yep.
man, and they just jacked that up to 72 some a month. I'm like, God, dog. Because I
Out here
wanted
in
to get rid of all those streaming services, you know?
Out here in California, we just got ESPN back and Disney, all the Disney channels back because we have Spectrum. I think it's California.
Oh
and New
yeah,
York.
that was
We have
fighting.
Spectrum. And they because Disney Channel raised their rates so much because they've lost $500 million in the last few years, or in the last year or whatever. They lost $500 million. So they're trying to make the providers, the cable companies, make up for that. So they're charging them more to offer all their channels. And Spectrum was like, we're not gonna pay all that because we're not getting no subscribers. Everybody's going to y'all apps. Everybody's going to y'all, to y'all things instead of coming on to us. We're not getting no new people. So they didn't want to pay. They took all of ESPN, man, everything I wanted to watch. I was trying to watch ESPN and just black screen. Try to watch change it to the Disney Channel for my kids, black screen. Try to do anything. We couldn't watch anything.
And then I think what they're going to start doing is, combining. You know how companies always combine and stuff? And then you're going to have the cable company combining with some of these apps. And then they're going to start slow streaming, certain apps that's not with them. And then, we're getting off topic. This is something we need to take offline. But yeah, we'll go further into junk like that offline. But,
Yeah, I worked for Spectrum for 3 years, man. Yeah, we saw this coming.
Yeah.
My wife works for them now. And Spectrum.
Oh, okay.
Spectrum has been real good to me, so I can't say nothing.
Yeah.
But this situation, we, like you said, we saw it coming. But back to football. As far as my football take from last week, from week 1 of the football season, the teams that we usually think are that we assume was going to be a powerhouse. The Cincinnati's, the Kansas City's, and the Buffaloes. Those teams that we've been talking about the last few years, talking about how they're going to be the top of the cream. All those teams lost last week, and we're saying if we just take week 1, we're seeing teams like the 49ers, which we all thought was going to be good, but I mean that good. We saw Dallas. We thought Dallas was going to be good, but
you know what? I fell short.
We saw Miami, huh?
I fell short a couple of games, and I blame the Jets and I blame the Chiefs because I would have won this week, but I blame the Jets, man. Okay.
Woulda, shoulda.
Yeah, if Buffalo would have won that game, I would only be 1 game back of the lead. I had done all the math, and I was looking at it. I was like, if Buffalo wins that Monday night game, I would have been 1 game back. I'd have been 9-7. Me and Charles, I think, would have been tied. And Kurt would have been tied. Charles and Harold would have both been 1 game above us. So it'd have been like 10-6, 9-7. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I was like, see, I wouldn't be at the bottom of the list. I'd be right there grouped together with everybody. But them boys,
I blame Josh Allen.
Hey, no one cares how you got the last place. You're in last place. Your new name.
16 weeks.
Hey,
We got 16 more weeks.
His new name is PB. His picker is broke.
All right. But you know what? It looks like along the lines we voted a lot of the same games. There's going to be a couple of games that separate us. Kirk went out on a limb a couple of times, and if he hits on them, then he could take the lead. But we're all pretty much across the board went with a lot of the same picks this week.
Yeah.
So 2 or 3 picks can make the difference. 2 picks, right. 1 pick.
Earl and myself went across the grain on the Bengals and the Ravens, which I'm kind of concerned about that game. But other than that, I feel pretty good about my picks. I feel good about the Chiefs and the Jags because everybody went with the Jags. So I feel good about that.
I went with the Chiefs.
Yeah, you went with the Chiefs. Yeah.
I feel good about the Houston Texans because
I just hope you don't. Yeah. Oh yeah. You went lone wolf on the Texans, so yeah.
Quarterback is a yellow guy, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's a light skin, man.
Kirk might get a game on us with the Cards and the Giants because the Giants, oof, they look like garbage. And
Yeah,
I
I
think,
just said if I was gonna go on the limb, why not pick against the Giants? I mean, why not?
yeah, and then you pick the Rams to beat the 49ers. I don't know, boy.
Well, the only thing I
But
was looking
hey,
at.
I got to give it to you because you keep it interesting. You really do keep it interesting.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm hoping
I like
Aaron. I'm counting on Aaron Donald wrecking the whole
Hey man,
game.
say man, where he live, the weed is legal. Okay,
Yes,
so don't
it's
blame
medicine.
him. Yeah,
It's medicine.
yeah, it's medicine. So
Yes.
you know that's the medication might be talking. It ain't that. Come on, man. You know good well.
Man, I'm
We'll
looking at
see,
a
boy, but
spreadsheet
he
across the
sure did
board.
make
I
it.
think I'm looking at a spreadsheet across the board. The first few picks I got on my spreadsheet, it just looks like Kurt was just picking the opposite team that I was picking every game. He said, "Oh,
Well,
Daryl,
you can count on getting 8 of them
Minnesota."
right. And you can count on getting 8 of them right. With the 500,
Oh
with
man.
the 500 over there. But you're right. I only
Yeah,
beat you about one game. I only beat you about one game, so I can't talk. I'm just messing with you, D, man.
Oh, good. Hey, I'm in last place. I knew that. I had a feeling that coming into this that oh Lord, I'm at to hear. Well, I'm at to hear. It's all good. It won't be that way for long though. I'm on my way back.
Hey, man. Hey, you take the punches when you get hit, but make sure you give them when you come back.
All right.
Dang, Skippy hit me.
Okay, he gonna come back like Arrow Spence. Hey man, let's get out of here. Hey, if he comes back, that's like Arrow Spence whooping Bud the next time. That's not going to happen.
All right. Take us on out then, Daryl. Take us on out.
I hope that my comeback is gonna be better than the quarterback for for the Jets. Aaron Rodgers' comeback was. I hope my comeback is better than that. But we thank y'all for hanging out with us in the family fight this week, man. What we want you to do is we want to hear from you. We want to know what your picks are. So put them down below, and we want to have that discussion with y'all down there. And we can't wait to see y'all again next week for week 3, where we review what we went over this week and who won this week. And we talk about our picks for next week. So thank y'all for coming out. God bless you, and we'll see you next time.
Deuces.